Hello, and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Monday, January 6th, 2019. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm so glad you're here with me. If you're one of my new subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate the subscriptions. I would love to build my channel up to 200 people in 2020. It'd be nice if I had 2,020 people, but I'm not. It could happen. Who knows? But I appreciate you being here and for all the well wishes on my speedy recovery, which is happening so fast. I can't believe how quickly this little cold is moving out of my body. So I just want to thank you for all those blessings and well wishes. All right, let's jump into our cards. We have a lot going on for a Monday morning. Our first card today is this Judgment card. Now, it's interesting when Judgment comes up. This is a part of the major arcana, and it's certainly going to be true for all of us today. Sorry, just adjusting my lighting a little as things fall. The Judgment card. So, who's this jackal in this Egyptian outfit? Well, that's Anubis, and he's king of the underworld. So when we think of the underworld, we think of all those dark, watery emotions, all the, some people go into heaven, hell sort of scenario, but really the Egyptians didn't believe in that. This is about, look at this underworld down here where all the people are moving in a certain direction. And this Anubis is here to judge it all. This Judgment card is all about being ripe for transformation. We know that 2020 is a big year ahead for many of us who are making major life changes or really stepping into their power more, making huge financial changes, making changes in their dietary life, making changes in their monetary life, being on a money diet. I love money diets. I'm on one right now. And I love it because while I hold my spending to a small amount that I'm allowed, I see my savings grow, and it's just such a wonderful feeling of support. But the Judgment is all about you judging yourself. Where is this judgment coming from? Where is the transformation that you want to have happen in your life? What is it that you're ready to let go of? For many of us, it is the judgmental part of our brain, the brain that keeps going on and narrating every moment of our life. Oh, I shouldn't have done. Oh, I wish I would have. Oh, how could I have? Blah, blah, blah. Those are judgments that are happening every second. Paying attention to our thoughts and noticing where they go when we're not out in front of it with consciousness, when we just allow our mind to run rampant like a kid in a candy store, feeding it judgment, judgment, judgment. Well, this person should have had blah, blah, blah. I do the blah, blah, blahs because it's really hard for me these days to go into that negative self-talk. But the Judgment card is a call for transformation. Now, many of you are ready for transforming, and there's something that still needs to come in your favor. For some of you, it might be a financial judgment is coming for you. For others, it might be a transformative judgment, an acknowledgement of this is what I want to change. And when we wish to change ourselves, it is about loving those shadowy parts of ourselves that come up and often sabotage our everyday life. So Spirit's really asking you to notice where your judgment is. Are you judgmental of yourself or of others? When we're putting all that judgment out onto others, it is take the moment to stop pointing the finger and turn it around and look at yourself and look at why you might be passing so much judgment. Perhaps you don't have the full story. And who are we to judge other people's lives? So pay attention to where judgment is coming up today. Notice if it's for yourself. Just have awareness around it. It doesn't mean you need to change it. It's just simply acknowledging it. Oh, wow. I'm really judgmental every time I put a cracker in my mouth, or I keep hearing food, drink, exercise, lack of it, or whatever. So just notice it with your general health, and ask yourself, what are the changes I want to make now, and how can I help myself to reach that goal, with turning that judgment around so it's not so harsh, because it can pull you down into the dark underworld, not where all these little people are, but into that shadowy world of emotions. So I went to the Denise Linn Sacred Travelers card, and we got two cards today, which really helps with the judgment card. The first card is the unknown territory card. It says you are exactly where you need to be. Listen, that is a great mantra. I am exactly where I need to be for today. Now, it's a snowy path. You know, she can't quite see where she's going, but she has an owl who's going and doing a little reconnaissance for her, coming back and telling her she sees the light ahead. She has their feathered friends around her, which we know the feathers are part of our spirit animals. So pay attention to that. If you feel as if you're in unknown territory, congratulations, especially if you're wishing to make some major transformations in your own life. Because being in unknown territory means you're growing in a new direction, and you're moving in a new direction, and you're exactly where you need to be. The card that came with it, underneath it, is in the flow, which I love. Another wintry, snowy card. I love this card, this little snowman or woman. It's not, it's a woman. In her sleigh, in her muff, she's all warmed up, and who knows who's leading the sleigh. It says, everything is smooth sailing. So when we get into that flow, and even in that unknown territory, it reminds me greatly of that wonderful book called The Alchemist. And I don't remember the author. The Alchemist is all about, it's a parable about a young man on a journey, and in unknown territory, but staying in the flow of things, and how surprising and wonderful things work out for him on his path. So really notice that, especially if you're judging where you are. You know, sometimes in the new year, we can get some unrealistic expectations for ourselves, or the changes that we want to make, and move into a place of, oh, what is that? Anxiety, sort of like hesitate, like, why aren't I, blah, 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 why don't, that's ego talking. So when you get into those kinds of places, remember that's the ego talking. So to soothe the ego, to remind the ego self that you're exactly where you need to be right now, today, it will help you get into that flow. And when I go to the Divine Action card deck, again, we get the Have Faith card. Having faith is all about turning things over and trusting the universe, or God, spirit, whatever words you use in this vibrational reality that we're living in, to have faith that things are working out. And if the thoughts get out of control, or you become consumed with anxiety from your judgments, and that running dialogue that's happening in your head, turning it over to God or spirit or the universe is the easiest way to dial that anxiety down, and to remind yourself you're exactly where you need to be. And do your best to focus on the present moment, and remind yourself that things change and you're moving in the right direction. And sometimes things don't work out when we want them. With timing wise, timings can be, I mean, it's so many pieces of the puzzle need to come together, that having patience and being ready to move into that direction and keep doing your work will allow you to reach the goals that you have for yourself. Sounds like we got a little bit of work today, but it really is delightful work. When we're able to slow down those thoughts and recognize when that judgment comes up, or what has triggered shame or a bad feeling inside of you, notice that it's a cry for transformation, and transformation is coming. Okay, I hope you know how much I love you and how grateful I am that you stopped by my little channel. And if you'd like to leave me a comment, let me know how you're doing. And what kind of judgments are you going through? Are you able to soothe them in a way with positive self-talk so that they don't become so consuming and debilitating? Remember, have faith. Things are working out in your favor, and it's going to be a terrific day. All right, I hope you know I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.